Kings Island chaos caught on camera, and police show up to the amusement park to break up large groups of teenagers fighting.
People who were there say it was traumatic not only in the park but outside in the parking lot. WLWT News 5's Dan Griffin is live in Mason with what witnesses captured on camera and what they hope will happen next. Dan?
Well, Molly and Curtis, we've learned that a police officer was assaulted while helping someone else who'd been assaulted. That officer is fine. We talked with a man who was in the park as this was all happening, and he described the fighting as terrorizing. But he also says this is an opportunity for people to work together to prevent this from happening again.
It became a mob, mosh pit style fighting.
If this video gets your heart racing, you're not alone. Families and people like Shan Powell, who went to Kings Island for an escape Saturday, found themselves trapped in tension.
There was a lot of yelling, ice sodas being thrown at the officers, at each other, but it was just pretty much chaos.
Powell was eating at Coney Barbecue when he says this big group of teens filled the area and a fight broke out at about 7:30 in the evening.
The whole day there had been quite a bit of people just living without consequences, line jumping, stealing Coke products, and it was just a really weird feeling throughout the whole day.
Powell saw security, Mason police, Warren County Sheriff's deputies, and Ohio State troopers arrive quickly. The park says it closed 30 minutes early due to the bad behavior. But people tell us fighting only continued in the parking lot.
We really just got to work together. This is a community issue. It's not going to be just Kings Island to fix it. It's not going to be just Mason police that fixes it. It's not going to be just the parents that fix it. It's going to be a unified effort.
So what's the fix? Powell thinks more staffing, maybe new rules, and perhaps a hard look in the mirror.
They were terrorizing that park last night, and you just got to decide, is that who you want to be? Is that the image that you want to portray? And then just make the choice and stick with it. And if some of your friends don't follow you, that's okay, but just make the right choices.
Now, a spokesman for Kings Island says fighting is not a normal occurrence. He also says the park is taking immediate steps to try to make sure that this cannot happen again, but did not specify what those steps would be. Reporting live in Mason, Dan Griffin, WLWT News 5.
Now, Dan, we know investigators say they haven't made any arrests, but are charges still possible for anyone involved?
Absolutely. Mason police say if they can positively identify people who are involved, charges could still be filed. They're also not sure if anybody was hurt because so many people ran away from the scene.
All right, Dan Griffin reporting live for us in Mason tonight. Thank you, Dan.
That the chaos all started as a party in the park that quickly got out of control, and Greenwich Village residents say that it is ruining their neighborhood.
CBS 2's Allie Bauman live outside Washington Square Park right now with the story. Allie.
Maurice and Christine, police sources tell us the weekend parties here have gotten bigger and louder since about April. It could be a mix of the warmer weather with more people getting vaccinated and excited to go out. Residents tell us they're used to the crowds, but are just asking people to be safe and respectful. Hundreds of people dance in the street and jump on parked cars just outside Washington Square Park late Saturday night into Sunday morning.
I got beer all over me and everything else.
The evening began inside the park with an impromptu pool party, which lasted past sunset when witnesses say a fight broke out in the fountain. Dozens of NYPD officers in riot gear and face shields began pushing people out to the surrounding streets around midnight when the park officially closes.
This is the New York City Police Department. This assembly is unlawful. You are ordered to disperse.
Cops don't usually kick people out after closing if everything is peaceful, but police sources say officers have been enforcing the closure more recently due to larger crowds and growing noise complaints.
There's a lot more people hanging out of all ages, backgrounds, and they're very rowdy, and they don't seem to respect other people's concerns.
While parties in Washington Square Park are certainly not new, longtime residents say they've recently become much rowdier.
Even in the worst days, people were a little more respectful of the park. I feel sorry for the people who are cleaning the park.
Videos from earlier this month show the morning after mess left behind on weekends.
This is not spring break, and this is a beautiful public park that people work hard to maintain.
The Parks Department says its maintenance crew is working at full capacity and collaborating with the NYPD to address large gatherings on the weekends. Nina Caulfield is with the Washington Square Park Conservancy.
We come on volunteer sessions for litter pickup, and then the next morning the place is covered with trash again. So we're just asking New Yorkers to be respectful, have a good time, do the right thing. Clean up after yourself.
Police did not make any arrests inside the park Saturday night. Sources tell us the NYPD has also added uniform patrols to the area, as well as undercover narcotics operations inside the park. We're live outside Washington Square Park. Allie Bauman, CBS.
So I'm doing this video for documentation purposes. I just so happened to come across both of these clips. The first clip I came across early this morning, and then the second clip I came across late tonight. And I was right about to go to bed, and I already knew before I clicked on it. I already knew. I was like, party in Washington Square, Greenwich Village, New York versus King Island, Ohio. Now, I don't know anything about King Island. I don't know anything about Greenwich Village and this Washington Square. But what I know, and this has been an ongoing issue all over YouTube, I keep trying to tell people, if somebody ever denies or says that America is not racist, or that there's no such thing as white privilege, or that white Americans aren't racist, all you have to do is go to the comment sections on YouTube. Now, what happened was basically rowdy teens. In one video, the teens are predominantly black. In the other video, the teens or young adults, because some of these people look slightly older, are predominantly white. And you can clearly see the evidence in both of the videos. The comments got so bad on the video with the black teens that at least two news networks that were covering it disabled the comment section. When I originally saw the video, I saw the slew of racist comments in the comment section. Typically, those animals, the Mondays, yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes, right? Because anytime one black person does something or a group of black people does, it's an indictment of the entire race. When it comes to white people and when they do something, it's a slap on the wrist. It's, those, rowdy punk teens. They play softball. When it comes to white people being rambunctious, right? I can't even say the word, right? When it comes to white people tearing stuff up, winning sports events and everything, it's like white society plays softball with them, right? And we get it, right? That's what white supremacy is. But then with the black people, right? Same situation, and it's got to be all type of, those people. And this whole vilification and this whole white people oh my God, clutch the pearls. Oh, I will never go back there again until they fix this problem. Right? I'm from Philadelphia, so, I saw when the Phillies won the World Series and I saw when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And white people tore that city up. But yet somehow it's not an indictment of the white race. It's not an indictment, about white pathology and behavior and none of that. Like I said, the comments got so bad that they had to turn the comments off when it came to the video of the black teens. There's in one video with the black teens, there's a fight. And then in the video with the the white folks it's also a fight. They were fighting in the fountain. And the media commentator, the news commentator even speaks on it. But I have to, I'm just sharing this because you got to have the comparison. Because, you get those people, they want to deny, they want to pretend, you black people are always pulling the race card. Well, again, nobody pulls the race card more than white people. Nobody establishes double standards more than white people. And this is a prime example. Again, comments so bad they had to shut it off. The Greenwich Village video, the comments are still up. And the comments, I mean, they're mild. I mean, they're so mild. They're Taco Bell mild sauce. I mean, they are mild as hell. But you go over to the I mean, there's a couple videos, because people have taken the videos or the actual cell phone video that was edited that the news used. You read the comment section, all type of racist comment. I already told you, there's like white trolls that literally sit around the internet looking for bias confirmation. That's literally all they do. They have no life. All they do is sit around the internet looking for bias confirmation, looking for any video that supports their racist beliefs or their racist ideology. And that's all they do, literally. Like I told you before, active self-protection, he constantly has to reinforce this point. I mean, he deletes people's comments, deletes people's accounts. But I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, you have a video with a criminal robbing a liquor store, and it would just be nothing but racist comments. Oh, that's what those niggas do. Then you go over to the white person committing a same or similar crime or even worse crime, and it would just be like real mild. Glad you got him. Send him to jail. There's a bad person. Again, individual person, not an indictment of the race. And then people wonder why you get, black people out here marching in the street, black people running around screaming, racism and white supremacy and white privilege. Like people sit there and they wonder why, this constantly gets brought up, and it constantly gets, black people are constantly, hammering home this point because it's so blatantly obvious. And for white people to actually sit there and stand in front of you and act like they don't see it or act like, this doesn't go on, I'm going to make you see it. I'm going to make you see it. Now, I mean, I could make this video longer and actually, scroll through the comments and do the screenshot. That's too much work and too much editing. I don't feel like doing it. You can find these videos yourself. And honestly, I would probably do it that way if the comment sections weren't disabled. But the comment sections being disabled shows you that the comments got so bad that they had to turn the comments off. And I'm sure you can find other videos. The people will re-upload videos, and there'll be more racist bias confirmation on the part of white people, and they're just going to continue to, write their comments, and you'll be able to see them. And then you go over to that Greenwich Village video, and you're not gonna see those type of comments. It's white criminality, white people, just being destructive, acts of violence. It's a way different energy, that they get. I'm like, keep the same energy, fam. Keep the same, and no. Keep the same energy that you have for those black kids, for those white kids. And it's never the same energy. Why? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these white folks are what? They're biased. Plain and simple. Bias. You're not going to get an objective lens on any of this stuff. Again, the comment sections prove it. It's amazing how the honesty, the real white person, the real white people come out when they can hide behind an anonymous screen name. It's amazing how that comes out, and they tell you how they really feel, right? Because there's no consequences behind an anonymous screen name. I don't know if y'all saw the video of the white woman who called the black man the nigger in front of what was it, in the UK. In some bar, and then now she's up there, with her fake weak ass apology. It's like, and the thing is I had somebody make a really, really excellent point, and they said it's not because I had made the point. I was like, yeah, she wants to apologize now because it's messing with her money. And the point that they made is they said, no, it's worse than that. I said, what's that? They're like, it's messing with her social standing. And they brought up the point that women need to be in social circles. And see, when you destroy a woman's social standing, especially an entitled white woman, that's the worst thing that you can do. Because see, now it's not just a matter of her trying to run around and trying to prove that she's not a racist. The fact is that her being racist and acting in a racist manner is now, all over the internet, for public consumption. And that will forever be on the internet for public consumption. And the thing is that anybody who affiliates with her, any man who dates her, will now have to worry about the scarlet letter of her being a racist spilling onto them. And that's just not something that anybody wants, because see, the problem is she's a confirmed racist. There's plenty of white people out here who have racist views, but they're not confirmed racist, right? They think what they think, they feel what they feel, they say, whatever they say in good white company, but they're not confirmed racist. This white woman in the UK, not only did she call the dude the N-word, but then she spat at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, like that's wild. Right? Then had the audacity, I think she made some sort of post talking about she's had a black penis in her mouth or something. Just wild. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Just completely out of pocket. I'm not even going to get into all that. Just totally out of pocket, typical white people response, typical not taking accountability for their actions type of response. What was the point that I was making? Why did I bring that up? There was a reason why I brought that up. But anyway, getting back to the root of this whole conversation, the bias. These white folks out here are biased. And I'm not telling black people anything new. Hell, I don't even think I'm telling white people anything new, but I'm definitely going to get y'all and highlight and point out and make y'all look like some assholes for those of you who, in all of your glorious white fragility, like to sit up there and try to pretend like you don't know this goes on, or you want to play dumb, or you want to deny it, or you're a race card, all that deflective shit that, white people love to do. Oh, no. You can go and YouTube and find the videos yourselves. And you're either going to see comments disabled underneath the black kids video, or you're going to see a whole bunch of racist comments. But then on that Greenwich Village, in the park video, and again, the camera pans around, you see nothing but a majority of pale faces up there. And what happens? You end up with a situation that people are, what do you call it? They're all upset and whatnot. So anyway, that's my video. That's pretty much all I gotta say. I just wanted to share that. So that's my video. SWP out.